Hey folks, Mike Dawkins from WorldCast Anglers with your Jackson Hole weekend fly fishing forecast for the weekend of April 18th and 19th. I'm standing here at the WorldCast Anglers headquarters. Our new local pickup window is fully operational and waiting for everyone here in the Jackson Hole and Teton Valley community. We're going to be here throughout the week, so if there's anything in the fly shop, call the number. There's somebody inside. We got everything that you guys need. So once again, we thank everyone for their patience. We thank everyone for their support during these unique times. But we're open in limited capacity with our local pickup window. Unfortunate news, no non-resident fishing licenses are able to be issued in the state of Idaho or Wyoming. So you're pretty much limited to fishing in your local state, or if you've already purchased a non-resident license, you're good to go. But unfortunately, we can't issue any non-resident Idaho fishing licenses until the state and Fish and Game allow us to do so. Our governor extended our stay-at-home order until the end of the month, but he also gave us a little bit of promising news in that businesses should be prepared to be open towards the beginning of May, with safety and health concerns and plans enacted moving forward into the summer season. So a little bit of a silver lining in the dark cloud that's been hovering above us for so long during these times. The Upper Snake River Basin is 123% of snowpack. The Henry's Fork is 107% of average of snowpack. We had some snow this morning, and we had some frigid nights and days earlier this week that weren't that welcome. So Old Man Winter showed that he hasn't released his grasp on Teton Valley and Jackson Hole yet, but summer is definitely coming, we promise. Palisades Reservoir, 76% of average. Jackson Lake, 77% of average. We're seeing water managers start to move some water out of Palisades Reservoir here the past couple days with increased flows in the South Fork of the Snake that we'll get into. Saturday looks sunny and warm, mid-40s for the highs. Sunday looks even better, sunny and warm, highs in the high 40s, highs in the high 40s, low 50s, lows in the mid-20s. So typical spring weather there here in the Rocky Mountain region around Jackson Hole and Teton Valley. The South Fork of the Snake, we saw a blip in the flows today to around 14,000 CFS. It looked like it's coming down. We didn't receive any notice or anything like that, so it could be a gauge malfunction. But we saw water managers on Monday increase flows to 12,000 CFS there being discharged from Jackson Lake Dam. Now it's reading around 14,000 CFS. To be honest, it looks like summer flows. So fish are sort of probably going to be in those spots where you know that they would like to be in the summertime. The issue is the water is super cold. So it's still mostly a nymphing game. I wouldn't expect stuff to be super red hot on the South Fork until those water temperatures and our ambient air temperatures warm up. But still nymphing, rubber legs, small pheasant tails, rainbow warriors, stuff like that, eggs, worms, pink scuds. The rainbows are sort of doing their thing if you want to get on that game. Streamer fishing low and slow with sink tips and heavy poly leaders has been very good as well. So look for the South Fork of the Snake to only increase in fishing consistency as we get warmer days and warmer nights and warmer water temperatures. The Henry's Fork, 548 CFS being discharged from the Box Canyon, 1,320 CFS there on the lower river around Ashton. The Henry's Fork is really the place to be, and it's the best game in town right now. It's offering the most consistent fishing opportunities for dry fly fishing and nymphing and streamer fishing. The lower river is still good with blue-winged olives and midges. We haven't seen much of the March Browns, maybe mixed in here and there, but still it's pretty cold outside, and it's been pretty cold this week, so I wouldn't expect much change in the bugs. All the boat ramps are open throughout the lower Henry's Fork. The only one that is not open is the Box Canyon. You could probably drag a boat or drag a raft if you were that adventurous. But wade fishing in the Box Canyon is really good right now as well. The Henry's Fork's been a popular place. The South Fork of the Snake has been a popular place. The Teton and the Snake have been popular places. So once again, we got to spread out. We got to change things around. Be cognizant and aware. of the social distancing rules and regulations and suggestions that your state and local governments are giving, and think about those before you pile in the 20 or 25th truck in the boat ramp. So definitely be thoughtful and aware of that. The Snake and Jackson, 891 CFS being discharged from Jackson Lake Dam, 2,720 CFS there on the lower river going into Palisades Reservoir before the Salt and the Grays. The Snake also saw some increase in flows there on Monday to 800, 900 something CFS. You know, these cool days and nights have definitely helped the clarity on the Snake, where usually we would start to be riding the runoff wave, similarly on the Teton and on parts of the Henry's Fork, but that really hasn't been the case because it's been so freaking cold outside. So clarity's been good, water temperatures are cold. That's sort of squashing a little bit of the bug activity, but we're still seeing some great midge hatches, some blue-wing olives, you know, capnea stones. You know, not much for squallas yet, but they should be right around the corner. You may start to see them coming up this weekend or next week when we start to get some days back in the 50s where we get a warmer water temperature and a little bit warmer ambient air temperature as well will all help. The Teton here in the valley, 310 CFS, 515 CFS on the lower river. Last week we were looking at flows up here around 600 CFS. So water flows have decreased, clarity has increased, but that's just because it's been super cold outside. Still mostly a nymphing game on the Teton, worms, pheasant tails, prince nymphs, zebra midges, things along those lines. Small streamer fishing with buggers, JJ specials, and stuff like that can be really good too. But the Teton is a great place if you're looking to get away from some of the traffic of the South Fork or the Henry's Fork or something like that. You know, it's another arrow in your quiver if you want to go check something out. Maybe go wade fish on the Henry's Fork in the morning, do a float on the Teton in the afternoon, or the South Fork, do a float early in the morning, etc. You're just going to have to zig when people are zagging this time of year, and especially with the COVID-19 social distancing sort of, you know, pandemic that we're dealing with. But get a little bit creative. Go wade fish a couple spots, then do a short float. Anything like that is going to be helpful, and it's going to allow us to space out and all enjoy the river and being outside where we need to be right now, since everyone is stuck inside. We've seen the state of Washington and Oregon close their recreational fishing. We've seen boat ramps closed in Montana. We've seen all sorts of stuff. So we can get through this together, but we need everybody to act accordingly and safe in their social distancing practices. This coming Wednesday, we have another webinar, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Vance Freed, Black Belt Guide at WorldCast Anglers. He's going over his tips and tactics for the spring fishing season in the greater Jackson Hole area. If you have questions, feel free to email those to us or send us a direct message via social media. You can also register in our profile link or in the information below. This one's not to be missed, especially if you're around here and you fish a lot in the spring season. Vance fishes 12 months a year around here on the South Fork, the Henry's Fork, the Teton, and the Snake, and he's going to be unloading some of his tips and tactics, as well as a lengthy Q&A session for all of you guys and what you're seeing, maybe some roadblocks you've been running into, or some techniques that he uses to catch some more fish or get at some fish that maybe you're having trouble doing. So once again, next Wednesday, 6 p.m., Vance Freed, spring tips and tactics around Jackson Hole. Definitely tune in and register. Our to-go window, it's open, so definitely stop by, give us a call, let us know what you need. We still have buy one, get one free flies for all you locals in the area, or if you want us to put a selection together for you, we'd be happy to ship them complimentary. So once again, credit cards only. Our to-go window is open, our phones are on. Let us know what we can do to help and keep you on the water. We thank everybody for their support during this time. We thank you for tuning in. Have a great weekend and a safe weekend on the water. Be healthy, be safe, and we'll see you here next week.